Hello, this is Mr. Huff, and I'm going to explain a couple of things really quickly for Introduction to Engineering. We're going to talk about problem solving and circles and squares. Oh my. So here we go. Number one, when you're solving problems for me, you need to write the question word for word in your notebook. Don't summarize, word for word. I want to see it word for word. The ones I put for you in Canvas, I will have already reduced. My intention is not to make you write paragraphs worth of stuff, but you do need to have enough information in your notebook there so that if you open this up next year, you could look at the problem and what you did and the answer, and it should make total sense to you without any additional explanation. Second thing I want you to do is draw a diagram. Let's say you are working a problem that has something to do with the circle. I expect to see a circle on your paper. So draw a diagram that shows me that you understand the problem. A lot of the problems we do, you have to have a picture to solve the problem anyway. So always draw a picture every time. The third thing is FSA. This stands for formula, substitution, and answer. So this is what you're going to show me when you're doing a math problem. I need to see the formula that you used, the numbers you put in the calculator, that's the substitution, and I need to see the answer with units. I expect to see the problem work to 5 significant figures. That's my expected precision in engineering, and don't worry about rounding at all. And then the fourth thing you're going to do is you're going to skip lines between problems. Don't run it together so that it's hard to understand. When you separate your problems, it's easy to see, hey, I just finished one and now I'm starting a new one. The more white space you have around your problem, the easier it is to understand later. All right, let's talk about some of the formulas you're going to need. When you have a circle, you're going to have this radius here, and that's the main thing you need to understand for solving area. So area is equal to pi times the radius squared. And if you rearrange this with algebra, you end up with this formula here. The radius is equal to the square root of the area divided by pi. So that is how you can rearrange this first formula into a new formula. The next thing we need to talk about is ellipses. Ellipses are ovals, and what's going on is you have 2 center points. You have a center point about right here, and my marker's not working. You have a center point about right here and about right here. So those are called focal points. And then you also have an axis that goes all the way across. This is called the major axis, and one that goes up and down or from the narrowest side to side. This is called the minor axis. What we are interested in is from the very center of the ellipse, the major axis and the minor axis. We're going to call the major axis A and the minor axis B. So that means the area is going to be equal to pi times the semi-major axis times the semi-minor axis. We're saying semi because it's half of that axis. Then we're going to need to know about solving the areas for squares. So if you're talking about a square, it's the length of the side squared. So all the sides would be equal to 4, so 4 squared, you get 16, and that is your area. Okay, and another thing you need to be able to do is going to be to find the area of a rectangle, and that is going to be the base times the height, and that will give you area of a rectangle. Another thing you need to be able to do is the area of a parallelogram, and I apologize for the messy drawing here, but what we are looking at is you will have the base, which is this line, and then the height, which is drawn from this top corner down to a line that's the same as the base. Okay, so this would be your height, and this is your base. All right. The other thing to keep in mind is when you find your answer, be sure to include units. If your sides are measured in inches, then your answer is going to be in square inches. If it's centimeters, then you're going to have centimeters square, and if it's feet, you're going to have feet square. So be sure to include a unit with your answer. If you don't include units, it's wrong. Please let me know if you need me to go over this with you more slowly, and I would be happy to help you.